Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with something a little bit different. We are playing some exhibition matches with Alli, who is a really well-known lands player, just to get him prepped for the MOCS qualifier, I believe, with some green-white depths. And this should be pretty interesting. This is currently an interesting keep because it would be a turn 1 Green Suns into turn 2 Library, which isn't too bad, with then also... So I actually don't mind this hand. I am going to keep it. A little bit rough against maybe a Wasteland start from my opponent, but otherwise pretty good. The only other downside here is that we are all... But hopefully it's going to be fine. Getting this library down is going to be pretty key, and luckily able to untap with at least one green source here. Unless something like very broken, like a double mock start with Wasteland and then Punishing Fire would be quite key. But a mock summon start from Alli is really nice. Reaching out. Valgate Exploration. I don't think I want to waste the Ancient Tomb here, but it is definitely interesting. I'm just trying to think what the Ancient Tomb could really achieve as a 2-mana spell in lands. Like play another Valakut is definitely an option. But otherwise, I think the Wasteland's just a little bit better for me. I definitely don't want to play the Dark Depths because my opponent could just copy it and make it 20/20. So I think he was going to play the Wasteland and then play Sylvan Library holding up the Wasteland because I don't want to tap out on the Wasteland here. Second Sylvan Library usually dead, but in this hand it's actually quite nice with the Endurance. Port here, but I'm pretty happy just to untap and see how they port me because they can't take me off an actual color source, which is nice. We can have access to green either way. Could see them tapping down the Wasteland, but this is going to be fine. Bog. That's pretty good. Something that I'll save for now. I kind of want both of these in the deck. I don't really care for the second Yavimaya. But it is interesting that this is currently the only green source my opponent has access to outside of the Mox Diamond. I'm pretty happy to pay for Green Suns. And then potentially put back the Bog. I think the play is just going to be getting Ramanap into play, and I don't mind doing it by getting rid of one Yavimaya. Because I'm not green sending this turn, I could have considered buying an extra card off that Sylvan Library, but I think this is going to be fine. So there's a second green source for them without Yavimaya, so I'm less likely to get rid of my one that I have in play. Okay. They hit a stage. Still going after the Arbor. This is going to be fine. Okay. I'm going to keep this. I don't actually have access to white mana outside of the Caracas here, so... I think I will start with... potentially just holding up Endurance here. I think holding up Endurance is... so they can't just get me with Valakut, which is... I'm actually going to play this Yavimaya, which is kind of a misplay because it means I have to cast this Endurance right now, but I'm not too unhappy with that. Just want to hold the Caracas back for something like a Wasteland. It is currently my only white source, so I definitely want to take that into consideration. Here goes Quarter. So Alli here, get exploration going. This feels like a crop rotation. Punishing Fire. Okay. Nice. Definitely a reason to keep up the Endurance, and it's really tagging me for this Yavimaya play where I probably could have just played the Caracas instead. Put on top, put on top. This is an interesting spot because I could go for a Knight, but it would only be a 3/3. I don't mind Bog them. And then maybe Green Suns for an... that also takes those swords away from the top and also the Bajuka Bog. Or at least, sorry, the Bajuka Bog's in play. There is potential to also Wasteland myself to save the Reclaimer, which might be a play that's worth it. Even though it takes me off 2 lands, I think the Reclaimer as a 3/4 is pretty huge. But at the same time, if my opponent does get a Punishing Fire the Reclaimer, if I do make it a 3/4, they then have the mana to get it back. And also Punishing Fire it again, so... Interesting. I'm happy for this to happen. But that definitely felt like a potential way to get Punishing Fire onto this Reclaimer. But it could just be wastelanding my wasteland so I can't interact with their lands in response. Maybe for field? Tabernacle, okay. Okay. I'm probably happy here to actually drop the Dried Arbor so that the Reclaimer becomes a 3/4. Sorry, there we go. That can go. Crop. Not great. We do need another green source now, which we did just lose, but I think that's okay. Maybe there's a world where the wasteland is worse. I'm going to keep the other reclaimer. No, I'm going to keep the crop. I think the crop at instant speed is just a little bit better. I could also potentially put my opponent in a position as well. No, I'm pretty happy to play Caracas. I was thinking about the Dark Depths, but it doesn't tap for mana without Yavimaya. So now the question is, do I attack to put them on a 2-turn clock, or do I use 2 mana here to try to get a Yavimaya going, the third? I think here I'm happy to hold up the Reclaimer. But it is tough. I hit a loam, which is really nice. We don't have Bojuka Bog in the deck anymore either. But they have played a land already. We will get the tap me down here, but that's going to be okay. Sure. I could try to bait here with the Dark Depths to see if they will copy it. But what if they untap and then port the Dark Depths? Try to copy it with stage when we don't have mana available. I think it's probably safer just to play Savannah here and hold up crop. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Because now one Maze of It doesn't do it. This is interesting. I think here I'm happy to crop away this wasteland for another wasteland and then hold that up. I don't want to do it now because they have loam. Yeah, that's a really tough one for Alli. They did have the early exploration, which is fantastic, but didn't have another way to really power it out with either loam or something else. We're also just going to submit the same deck here. But it's going to go back in. Legacy deck, Greenwhite Depths. Nice. I definitely feel favored in game 1 against lands. None of the Reliquary, Elvish Reclaimer are really solid. Obviously, Mox Diamond into Sylvan Library is a great start because they can't really pressure us early on. And then a few other little things that really help out. All right. This is an interesting start that has acceleration and a piece of interaction for both Valakut Exploration and Exploration. And also Mox Diamond or Sylvan Library. But otherwise, not the greatest. So I'm going to mulligan this. I do like this hand, but it is a little bit slower and is very weak to Wasteland. So I think I do just want to mulligan this hand and get to a hand where I have maybe a few lands. This is perfect. We'll keep Keeper. Okay. Field. So they run 4 cards, which is very interesting because I do have a situation here where I can take them off the Taiga, which is pretty aggressive. It does give me time then to maybe play the Elvish Reclaimer as a 3-4 down the line. I actually don't mind this. Lands does have a pretty awkward mana base, and I feel like this hand can buy us some time. They have a forest, okay. A little bit rough, but that's going to be fine. Stage, okay. I think here I just like going for basic forest. This also means next turn, if the Reclaimer survives, we can hold up Reclaimer, which makes Port a little less effective, which is nice. But field here looking pretty strong. Crop, okay. I like Wasteland here, and I like doing it in there. I could also hold up Wasteland, but it's not great. Really just want to get this off the field as early as possible. I think here I'm actually a fan of perhaps getting flagstones on board. But maybe that's just a little bit too aggressive. Okay, well, that's a pretty nice draw. Could also hold up the Savannah. I'm happy to get flagstones into play. Not holding up crop here. I guess this is a situation where a loam off the top would be pretty good, getting back the field, because then... So we'll see what happens here with the Port. So if I use the Reclaimer now, I don't mind this. Plains, actually. I actually like that. Get the Plains and then get another flagstones. Yes. Now I can actually hold up the Windswept Heath instead of Savannah, which is nice. Just means that the Savannah can't be wastelanded, which might not be that. The Windswept Heath plays around Wasteland, and Port to some extent. Well, that's going to be pretty good, especially with the exploration already in play. You have Blast Zone. Blast Zone's pretty good. That's fine. Library's pretty nice here, but I think that getting the Knight into play is just a little bit better. Also means we can still hold up crop rotation, which is really nice. I know I could be attacking here, but I know that Alli is a good enough player to maze it, so I won't waste with that. Another Valakut exploration is pretty strong. I'm definitely tempted here to crop for Wasteland, but I might just wait to see what they hit. They have a 2-turn clock. They're going to waste this. I will respond. Now, so the one card left, if it is a Loam, I'm a little bit stuck because the field is just really strong and they currently have some pretty good ways to deal with the combo. I should have kept note of how many lands I've played. Maybe they're... Because there is a world where I can use Knight to Wasteland. We have Reclaimer out for... I get to actually untap as well. This is fine. Another stage. Hit maze. And then I don't mind attack for 9 because it's still going to be the same clock. This way I get to play Sylvan Library and hold up the Reclaimer. And also 1, 2, 3 is really good against Blast Zone. So not too unhappy there. This also means I can hold up Bog. It can't be done by Wasteland either, which is kind of nice. Exploration, Valakut. Tough. Again, just a situation where Alli's been able to find one piece of the engine, but just not find another. So, exploration without Valakut exploration or Loam in game 1, exploration or Valakut Alli definitely considering all his options. let's go to... another one. Still some nice back. Alli's on the play. And we have a pretty nice hand. A little bit of an interesting one with only 2 lands and a MOCS, but I'm willing to keep this on the draw, where there's a high chance of drawing into that 3rd land. Also having a nice answer for any turn 1 pieces like MOCS Diamond is really nice. This is interesting because and then Yavimaya into Dryad Arbor to try to stay away effect on my knight turn 2. Could potentially try to Green Suns for a Elvish Reclaimer turn 1, but as well as a hand that my opponent's kept with no Loam, no Exploration. I'm going to assume Punishing Fire is in there, and I'm going to assume there's a Valakut Exploration coming down next turn. So I potentially want to keep the Yavimaya for a green source, another source through MOCS Diamond. There is a world where it's correct to go step this turn, pass, untap, draw a land, and then go Yavimaya, MOCS. I guess we have the Wastelander pitch anyway, and then we have 3 colors to then Prismatic Ending a Valakut Exploration. So actually, that's going to be my read. I'm going to go with that. Because I think being able to trade off with a Valakut Exploration is really nice. And there it is. All right. Nox. Okay. Second MOCS is pretty interesting. I like it. Stage. Okay, so they actually have the combo up, which is pretty interesting. That's actually a nice draw, because this means crop into combo isn't actually that bad. Well, it's still pretty bad, but we do have a way out of it, which is nice. Copy stage. Copy Grove. Okay, double Grove. Nice. Also means 2 green sources outside of just the MOCS. Alright, I mean, we're at 20 life, turn 4, no pressure on the field, we're in a really good position here. I'm pretty happy probably just to pay the full amount here. Yep. With the stage, I'm going to put that on the top of the library. Play a land, and then here, just play around like a Wasteland effect of some sort. I don't think they can like double crop. I guess they could like double crop into Wasteland first to take me off the color that I have open, and then go for the combo. But pretty happy just to leave a MOCS open here. Also representing crop rotation, which means that double punishing fire doesn't do it either. But they're going to go for it. Which is pretty nice for them. It is some information for us, which is nice. Maybe a small misplay from me, not considering that as a 4/4. Blast Zone really nice here. It's a nice way to get rid of this Sylvan Library. So Alli definitely with some game here. Even though they don't have any engines on, they're in a pretty nice spot. Alright. Put on top, but I will pay for this. And we'll try again. We'll play the fetch. And then my opponent can go Punishing Fire, return Punishing Fire. So Green Suns for Elvish Reclaimer isn't that great either. We're just going to go for Knight. I do have to respect Bojuka Bog though. Especially like Punishing Fire on Knight, then Bojuka Bog. Because then I don't have a way to actually save it with the... If I really wanted to play around the Blast Zone here, I could potentially have Green Sun for Ramanap, but I still think we're in a pretty nice position. For 3, trades with the Knight, this is going to be okay. Ooh, Loam is pretty good. We can't do anything about that. But this will definitely be a time where I probably want to get Ramanap down. Let's have a look. Okay. Put on top but pay for these. And then let's have a look at our situation. So I most likely want to crop this turn. So with the Flagstones, we have access to Green Suns for Knight of the Reliquary, play Reclaimer, and hold up crop, which is pretty strong. But I do want to hold up. So I know they have Punishing Fire, which maybe is a reason not to play the Reclaimer. I could also try to just not worry about the Loam and try to get a Punishing Fire, but saying that and looking at 3 Groves, I don't think that's realistic. So I think here it is just going to be a case of Punishing Fire, return, Punishing Fire, return. They're getting pretty close to Punishing Fire 3 times, which is also a little bit scary, so I'm just going to crop right now. Get the basic. I guess I shouldn't because the Ghost Quarter in play. Small misplay, I apologize for that. Bojuka Bog, target them. In life, I also have to respect Punishing Fire to the face. Because although that seems a little bit out of reach, it's definitely not too far away, which is kind of scary. Ooh, Saga's going to be cool, especially with Grove, or the Thespian stage in play. I wonder if they just copy it now. No, they don't. They use Punishing Fire. That makes sense. Green Suns would be cool here, because Wasteland, our own Bog, replay Bog. Double stage. I know about Loam as well. So there is a world where I just want to Wasteland with the trigger on the stack. I don't want this getting to 2 counters. Ooh. This feels like a Bazooka Bog play. Maybe I'm letting down my guard too much. Copy it and then crop. That would be huge. I know they still have the Ghost Quarter up as well for our own Urza's Saga. Okay. Wonder if they just Ghost Quarter end of draw step, just in case we draw the planes. Oh, Ramanap. Kind of dead here, but at the same time, I don't mind it just because of that Ghost Quarter. Huh. I don't believe I want to play the Ramanap out here. I just want to hold it until I can actually get something back. This is a pretty funny game. I don't want to copy with stage here yet either, because I want them to make the first move. If I try to target it here, they get a Ghost Quarter, then I get nothing. So I will actually just untap here. They're going to hit it now. Now luckily I do get to play Ramanap this turn and get back. No, the Saga's actually gone. Ooh, okay. Put on top. Put on top. I feel like Endurance here is actually pretty good. Do I want to do anything in response? I don't think I do. I'm happy to see if they try to double punishing fire the excavator here, because then we could... So I think we actually get to steal it here, hopefully. Ah, nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, now I can get rid of these punishing fires, which is really nice. And I think I actually will take this opportunity. That's pretty huge. Nice. Really cool play here from Alli. Alli with the trigger and the stack of the Saga's ability copying a planes, which means that they now get to pretty much keep it around. Unless we like Thespian stage a Ghost Quarter of theirs and then be able to Ghost Quarter the planes, it's going to be pretty tough, to say the least. We do get a fresh look here, which is kind of nice. Alright. Green Suns. Put on top. I'm actually going to pay for this. Let this resolve. Nice. I've played around with Saga too much, so pretty happy to attack first. And then here I get to create a dude, and then probably just hold up Thespian state. Now, and then upkeep, copy something else. I'm probably okay with this Blast Zone going up. Am I playing a Ghost Quarter? I don't believe I am, but I will definitely double check. No. So I could crop here for Wasteland, but I think this is going to be fine. Especially seeing that I kind of think that this Construct family is going to get me there. Not too worried about them using the mana. So they can make one more and then trade with mine. I guess I could block and then see if I could Swords one. Okay. Now we get to untap. And I feel like here I'm supposed to just make this now. I can't go to 3. So let's go put on top. Put on top. that will shuffle away the MOCS, but that's okay. Oh, no. I did this on purpose. Surely I did this on purpose. Nice. I totally forgot about that interaction. That's pretty funny. The Saga and then discard the land. Could go for Knight of Autumn, which is interesting, but I think Knight is just better. They're going to try to take this up to 3. So let's crop this away for the last Wasteland and hit this. Just so I can't take out the Endurance and the Knight. But yeah, Saga really powerful here. I think the big turning point was being able to get those Punishing Fires. Just so Alli couldn't have any sort of time to really yeah, set up a state where they could just continue going with actually covering them and being able to remove those creatures. So I believe now we'll go to boarding. So I believe we will play some post-board games, which is pretty cool. By just looking at, how we would go post-board, which this is going to be an interesting one, as I'm not too sure what to take out. I don't think the Reclaimer is that great, and I don't believe that the Dark Death one in, but I probably want to be looking at some more sideboard cards, like Force of Endurance and Choke. They're probably the main ones. I probably also like 2 Prismatic Endings over 2 Swords to Plowshares. I think that's a pretty good trim. Ramanap really good. Endurance really good. Knight of Autumn really good. Knight's really good. Green Sun's good. Crop, Sylvan Library, Reclaimer. All pretty good. There's a world where like Second Step isn't that great. Maybe Field is like my other win con. Something like this. 7's pretty big, but I definitely don't mind this. This does make no, actually I'm going to keep in the Second Step for Punishing Fire. I think Prismatic Ending is just a little bit better than Force of Vigor, just because it also hits Reclaimer, if I do expect Reclaimer in the 75. I do know Alli's list, and I know he's not playing Reclaimer, but I'd rather kind of act in the blind here. And yeah, probably do something along the lines of this. 3 Depths, 2 Swords, 1 Safekeeper, 2 Endurance, 2 Force. I do like that as the game goes along, this can just be a 2-for-1, which is probably pretty relevant. But yeah, I do really like the matchup. I think it is favored, which does give it a bit more oomph, but it is quite a challenging match. Lands and Greenwhite Depths on similar axis. They're trying to do same things around the Dark Depths strategy, but I feel like the engine of Greenwhite Depths is just a little bit more consistent thanks to cards like Green Sun Zenith, where you can find your Reclaimers and your Knight of Reliquaries. Lands doesn't have that option with cards like Exploration and Valakut Exploration. Other than old school lists with Gamble, which hasn't been seeing too much play. So unless you naturally draw it, you're not going to find it, unfortunately. And with no way to get them back from the graveyard, then loaming them is going to feel a little bit unfortunate, unless you're already loaming with one of those in play. So Not the Reliquary, just a really nice card in these sort of matchups where it can be, yeah, a really strong contender for one of the best. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying this content. It's really cool to play with other players in just like a kind of... Alli and I discussed the matchup before this, and we're going to discuss it after as well. But yeah, just a really nice way to play a bunch of games against a single deck. Play a bunch of pre-sideboard and then a bunch of post-sideboard and see how they go. So let's play Greenlight Depths. Nice. And then I believe we just concede. All right, so we talked about... Oh, classic. We can actually... What I should have done is just set up the deck so it is is the sideboard and then just started the game. So game one is the pre-sideboard match. I didn't think of that, but definitely should have. So we're taking out Dark Depths, 1, 2. Safekeeper, 1. Field I might take out, and just 1 Prismatic Ending, 2 Swords. There we go. So 2/2. I like that. I think this hand is pretty okay. Get to go turn 1 Green Suns off a basic, so that I can turn 2 Knight as a 4/4 thanks to double fetch. So I think that's pretty good. And then turn 3 we have Force of Vigor, which is pretty awesome. Forest. Arbor. Moxart's good. I think my best draw is just a green card that I don't really care about. Well, that's pretty good. Does that change anything? I don't think it does. I think I'd rather see if I can draw into a green card than get rid of the knight here. MOCS. Okay, well that's actually a pretty perfect draw, because it means we can go cast MOCS, get rid of Stage, Windswept, Plains, Knight. And then next turn we can just upkeep Force, which isn't too bad. Losing the Dryad Arbor. Loam's pretty good. They get the Saga going. Alright. Interesting spot for sure. I also don't mind tap Dryad Arbor, pay for Knight, then sack Dryad Arbor for Bog. Bog them, play land Force. I think that's pretty strong. Another Knight's pretty good as well. Yeah, I think I just want to do this. Oh, no! No! I should have gone for the Saga! I totally forgot about that. That's fine. We're good. We're good. They are currently a little bit tight on lands, which is nice for us. I mean, a turn where we get to take them off the loam and also exploration is pretty good. Nice, okay. Well, this is definitely game on. Wasteland best draw. Wasteland 100% the best draw here. Ramming up pretty close, but I do believe... I guess we could go all 3 creatures this turn. I think it's just going to be Knight, take out Saga. I could see an attack here. Create a Saga. It's a 1-1 to 2-2. They lose a land next turn. I'm pretty happy to get aggressive here. On a 2-turn clock, if we draw into like a wasteland, we have... I guess there's also a world where we could Ramanap into stage, copy Saga. That's pretty strong. But this also taps them out. And it kind of puts them in a position, potentially, where they just have to block here with the construct. I mean, oh, we definitely want to pay for these. Pay like this. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Play Ramanap. Get back. Windswept Heath, combat, and then I kind of just like holding up crop here, get as much information as needed. Oh, endurance. This is gonna be okay. No, this won't be okay. State-based actions. They are down to 0 cards, which is kind of nice. So yeah, the shuffle and then kill. Okay. That's okay. They're down to 0 cards, and we have some ways to really apply some pressure. Okay, just a pass. And it's a non-land. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I get Dried Arbor, it's very close to lethal. I think I'm happy just to wait a turn with this crop. I don't need to hold up a Jukabog either because we have MOCS for a 3rd color in case we draw Prismatic Ending for the Valakut Exploration. But we were on the play as well, so that definitely helps. Pretty nice hand. We have the step to drop to the MOCS. We have some interaction in Wasteland and Swords. Endurance is obviously quite strong. We don't have a second green currently, but I feel like it's not too far off. Mel's to 5. Okay. Not the worst start. 2 green sources is really nice. Wasteland. Probably happy here just to Wasteland pass. Means that next turn, if we really need to, we can play the MOCS, play a land, and then hold up, and then play a Reclaimer. Cast MOCS, pitch step, play Wasteland, play Reclaimer. Stage here potentially copying something. I'm probably just going to Wasteland in response, especially if they tap out. It means they don't have crop rotation open, which is really nice. But being on 5 is definitely pretty tough, especially without either Loam or Valakut Exploration. That's probably the key card you need, not Exploration. You need a way to go wide, and that's it. So pass here. Dried Arbor. Probably an easy card just to throw away. Could potentially play the Savannah to hold up Endurance. But I think here I'm happy just to play the Dried Arbor and pass. I don't think I need to hit the stage here. Or like double hit their lands, their mana base. Definitely tempting, but I feel like we're okay. Ghost Quarter's gonna be strong. Windswept Heath, cool. Take the damage. Opponent has 2 cards left. I'm just going to try to go for the Flagstone's play here. Punishing Fire, but we do have the 3rd land in Wasteland to put in the bin, which is really nice. Windswept Heath also means they subtly have a basic. Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. I'm going to go after, because it is tapped. They didn't crop it away, which is interesting. Now they're going to try to get it back. Ah, that makes sense. And we don't have Endurance open. Maybe that's just a misplay there. I don't think I needed to actually Wasteland. It does mean they spend their whole turn doing this, which is kind of nice. It actually also puts the Punishing Fire in the bin, which isn't the worst. Okay. Well, now it's a little bit tough. They do have Dark Depths. I actually don't mind Wasteland Grove. Play Library, hold up Sword. Alright, Maze. Oh, another Exploration's pretty nice. And there's another Grove. Wonder if they get back the Punishing Fire here or not. They do. Smart. It's like Alli's played this deck before. Alright. Now I really need to find Force of Vigor. I guess that's not the worst either, because that represents Green Suns for Night of Autumn. I also have Endurance. Oh, I don't have Endurance still for the combo. So a little bit open. To just the combo here, which is a little bit scary. Interesting, they're going to try to hit something with Valakut Exploration here. They hit a Wasteland. Okay. Okay. Oh, I should probably, maybe not. I was thinking about Endurance there, but I think I'll do it if they try to return it. But even Punishing Fire. Where it's pretty good. I also have multiple ways to get back Knights. Maybe not. Just because I only have one Grove so far, I'm actually pretty happy to let this slide. I think the Knight and the Endurance are just too much better as creatures than just a little flash in the pan there. That's pretty awesome. So can I go that low? Pay 8, go to 5? I guess we could put this on top and then pay for this. With Endurance open, and then Force of Vigor and upkeep. Another one. Okay. They did tap there. So now we do get a chance here to get out this Endurance and take out that Punishing Fire. For Ramanap, which is still in the deck, I believe. Put on top. Ramanap. Get back that Wasteland and really start getting aggressive here. Maybe we see a crop? Okay. Maybe just for Bog? I think you're at a high enough life total that you might not care about getting another Maze effect. A few choices. It's just be interesting to see what way they go. Wasteland. Interesting. Nice. Second Wasteland. Okay. Probably like the extra land here, because I'm just going to be playing the knight. So let's go put on top, put on top. $13, and then next turn it's actually lethal or very close. I guess if we get Dried Arbor it is, which makes them have to Wasteland. They do have the Punishing Fire though, so that's potentially an answer. All right. Or endurance. Nice. I don't think I want to swords this. Maybe I do. I get rid of the Reclaimer, which currently isn't the greatest, with Punishing Fire online, and also the Thespian stage on top isn't that great either. So I think I will just swords here. I should still have a basic. Yeah. Alright, fresh look. Okay. Another endurance is really nice because it gets rid of the Punishing Fire. But what do I want to do? Do I want to pay? I don't think I do. Pretty happy just to play it out here. So they can't get that Punishing Fire back. And then we can just 6 here. No cards in hand. Blast Zone's a good start. We do have a Wasteland on top, which is pretty phenomenal. Opponent here respecting like crop into step, which is really nice. But again, this does put him in a situation where we can get rid of this Punishing Fire. Okay, put on top, put on top. I think here I'm just going to take them off the Grove. They currently have 0 cards in hand. The Blast Zone is a way to deal with the endurance, but then they also get rid of the Valakut Exploration, so I think this is going to be okay. Hey, Benedict, thanks for the follow on YouTube. If you're watching this, hope you're doing well. All right, what do we see here? Crop's. It gives us a shuffle, but it also gives us an answer to Blast Zone. We also have the flagstones to really just make use of this crop, which is nice. So we'll see how far they take this Blast Zone up. It is going to go to 3. This means they can't copy it with stage here, and it's just going to keep this endurance going, which is nice. Crop straight away. Interesting. Oh, maybe just Dark Depths? That would be pretty cool. I'd actually love to see that. Because then it's really tough. We do have a lot of good ways to get rid of it. They're going to go for Saga. Okay. That's actually pretty interesting as well. Saga getting dudes as well. Okay. This is a sweet game. This is really cool. What can we hit? Force of Vigor would be awesome. Force hitting both of these would just be insane. Oh! Nice. Go, son. Go. We do as well know about those last two cards being lands on top, so we really need that third card just to be another one, just to really let rip. Alright, Savannah. I believe the other one was a Thespian stage. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. We get a shuffle. That's a tough one. So those are some pretty cool matches. It did show I think the dominance of this deck in the matchup, but I think Alli as well just got really unfortunate with some of the draws of drawing the wrong half of the engine or only one half of the engine a lot of the time. So hope you all enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you like it. I'll definitely get some more going, and hopefully see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Cheers.